Okay guys, ready to do another one? Alright, before we get started, I want to give you a little idea here of what my channel is going to be doing. I do a lot of gardening, so you'll get a lot of that, and if you ever need any help on that, then that's why I want to be doing this. But I'm going to also start taking you guys along when I take the dogs to the river, when I go out metal detecting, prospecting, when I do hiking trips and camping trips and all the fun stuff, you know, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I had people telling me I should do one thing and one thing only, and to me, that's not my life, and this is why I'm doing this, is because I enjoy doing it, and I want to share it with other people. So, hopefully that's what you guys like. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be up-potting. I want to go over a few things when I up-pot. Like these are all done these were a bunch of extra cuttings that I had. And I threw them all in here. They're all marked, but they're all marked with a marker. And I got to make sure I do tags as they come out. The last thing you want to do is look at it and bury it and then forget what it was, because trust me, I've done it. But a few things I like to let people know when they're up potting and stuff like that is I don't care what these places like Home Depot and those places, when you buying plants locally, it's not so bad. But if you buy, man, that felt good. One piece of wood or something got me. If you buy your plants online, and you can't just get your plants like a lot of times. The ones that come in the mail, they'll even have it on there, and it kind of, I've actually wrote letters back to these people and asked them not to send those when you're sending plants over the mail, because they don't live in the same place you do. You might live at sea level. I live at 4,500 feet. I buy a plant in California at sea level, and they ship it up here, and I stick it in my yard within a couple of days. It's dead. It ain't gonna make it. Most things will not make it, even trees. It's really, really hard on them. But, and especially cuttings, because they're so fresh. The best thing to do is get them. You don't touch them, you don't pot them up, you don't do nothing for a couple days, and you leave them in your house. And then you take them out of the house, and you put them in a spot where they're getting full light, no direct sun, for a couple of days, and then you slowly start getting them into the morning sun, and you do it real slow. When they're coming from sea level, and or if they're coming from up here and you're living at sea level, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to be hard on, shocking them right there. Just that alone will put them into shock. And yeah, I don't allow bugs to eat my plants, so that guy doesn't get to live. Anyway, I just brought these in from outside, by the way, so I gotta keep an eye on that. But yeah, you don't want to do that to your plant, because 9 times out of 10 you're killing it when you do that. And I also want to show you here what I'm doing here. Lava rock in the bottom of these. And I brought one in to show you guys, just to give you a little up on it. Sarge, can you go back out there? Out. Go. Good. Out. Stay. Thank you. When you use lava rock, this is full of holes. You want that. This is solid. I mean, it's got a little tiny cracks here and there. Try not to find these. Try to get the ones with all the holes in it. And I have a lot of lava rock outside, so I just go out there and dig it up. I'll leave that over there because I won't be using it. You want to put a good amount in the bottom to help for drainage. Okay, I made up my soil already. This is my own creation of slow release fertilizer. Okay, I got my tags there. Got my little magnifying glass, so if I need to look at the pig cutting. The first thing I want to do is get me some soil in the bottom of this. And figs, I'm going to tell you right now, bury them as deep as you can. I'm going to show you guys something. This is one that just came in yesterday, so I'm not planting it yet. It's actually just got squirted. If I was to plant this right now, I wouldn't plant it here like you would a normal tree. I'm actually, when I plant this thing, I'm going to pop this leaf off and I'm going to plant it clear up here. About right in here somewhere. And the reason I'm going to do that is because later on, this here, I'm going to dig down and I'm going to cut that off right there because this right here is going to be full of roots. And I don't need to put any root compound. I don't need to mess with it. You can sit there and put some slices in it and stuff, and that's supposed to help it and make it go faster. And no, I'm not worried about it. Plant's not going nowhere. It's an Italian 258, and I want to make another plant off of it because that's going to be one of my first big giveaways when I'm able to start doing live shows. Alright guys, so let's do this. We got this one ready. Bring it over here to the front. Slide these around. My little flashlight. Put my spectacles on. Old, I guess it's like not really a soup spoon. I call it for dipping eggs out, but something we never used. My wife's going to throw it away. I use it for my planting. Why go out and buy a bunch of expensive stuff when you don't have to, right? So I'm going to reach in here and hopefully take this out without hurting it or anything else. And then put my hand down in here because I have a feeling these guys are rooted pretty damn good. Cool. New plan. These guys are rooted really, really good. See what I'm going to do here. I have to break them all loose at the same time pretty much. Okay. Nice set of roots on that one. That's like the smallest one in there. And I better make sure on the name of this before I drop it. Yeah, this is the green Aishia. Okay. What I'm talking about. Right here is where the soil was before. Soil's going to be right about here now. I want all this area to start rooting too. So I'm going to drop that down there like that. Still got some of those screens. I used screens before and years ago, and I keep finding them in some of the soil that I rejuvenate. And it's kind of funny because I haven't used them for a long time because I quit using them because they were actually plugging up the holes too much, and I ended up taking a screwdriver and pushing them inside of the pots until I could repot the plant because the plants were drowning, they weren't raining. And I'm going to keep doing this until I get that right underneath that branch there. And if you notice, I'm pushing down, but I'm not pushing down hard. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, don't do it. You break those roots right off. I'm packing it down, but lightly as I go. Not thin hard. I mean, if you did it on your arm, you'd tickle me. You know what I mean? I'm not, no real pressure to push those roots down. Now, as soon as I get done here, this is the magic, guys. This is the trick that people don't know about. I'm going to throw a little of this in here. This is a slow release. It's not a, nothing's going to hurt it. Nothing's going to give it too much of anything right now. And throw a little dirt on top of it all the way around. And then, oh, and a key thing too, guys, don't ever do this with dry soil. If you do, you're doing it at your own risk. See, now that that's done, I'm going to take this plant over to the sink. And I'm going to bring something over here to show you. This, hopefully you can see this. I'm going to try to hold it up here for the camera. Potatoes. Scallop, actually. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be shredded. It could be for hash browns, whatever. If you want your potatoes in there, the longer the better, but at least an hour or so. And then you're going to take, get bigger. You pour this water off without making a mess. And then this water is what you're going to water your plant with for the first time. And it doesn't hurt to get a little on the lease. You know, let that little guy sit right there, soak up that water. And the enzymes in the potatoes are going to help that plant from going into shock. It's not going to completely stop it. I mean, uproot your butt and see how it feels, you know? Yeah, I need to clean up this mess before I go further. So, that screen. Yeah, see, it was like window screen. I don't know if you can see that. But, didn't work. Yeah, don't do that. And that's like I've been trying to tell you guys that if I make a mistake, I'm going to tell you. If it screws something up, I'll tell you, hey, don't do this. I did it, and it killed it, or it did this, or whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna steer you wrong, guys. If it doesn't work, it won't work. I'll tell you. And if you do something that I'm doing and you're having problems with it, that's what I want to do this for, so I can help people. Those are all like intertwined. I think my best bet is to use this. You hear that, guys? That's Sarge. He just heard some sirens. I'm gonna pause you for a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. I didn't want to do this without letting you see, but I went ahead and pulled this out after I calmed down Sarge. You don't like those sirens going by, it just upsets him. So let's see if we can get this baby out of here without hurting any. Because boy, I'll tell you what, I can feel a huge thing of roots. And I know I just pulled off a bunch, but we're going to set that back down. We're going to bring this over here. Just like a inch on top of that lava rock. It's small lava rock. It's not very big stuff. I don't use the big pieces. I use the smaller ones I can find. Now, gently, remember that. Yes, gently. This one I'm not really able. I don't got a lot of room. I can bring it up. This Cadota. But before I go any further with any more, that one's staying right there. About to do exactly what I told you guys not to do. Almost. This one I've already prepared. You know what? It just dawned on me. The ties left Mountain Greenhouse. They come in handy. Alright. So the first one, or this one here, I already did. I have people showing me to do these different ways, and I like doing it this way. So you do it your way, I'll do it my way. How's that? Alright? And then this one I can drop over the top so I can actually twist it right here. I like that. It's kind of dangerous when you do it like over the top there because the wind can actually take this thing off. But since these are not going to be going into the wind anywhere soon, I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to take this one back over there to the sink, just like the other one. Okay. Give it a little watering. And then a little spritzer on here. And I'll be showing you guys here later, or I'll just tell you, because I don't want to make this video too long. When I'm done here, the excess water that comes off those potatoes are going to go in here. And I'm going to spray these plants, and even the new one that just came in, with this for the next 2 to 3 days. Because this is going to help it keep it from going into shock. Just don't go overboard, because you'll turn the plant white. You've seen a potato and the starch that comes off of it, so, you know, if you start seeing it turning white, use a little fresh water and, you know, hit it with that. Alright guys, I think you kind of got the gist of it. I'm going to finish these up myself. I don't want to make this too long, you know how YouTube is. I'm trying to stay within their guidelines. But I want you guys to have a nice day, and I hope more of you will subscribe to my channel. And like I've said on the other videos, that my extra cuttings and everything that I have extra will be going to as gifts and giveaways and contests and stuff like that. Instead of selling them, if my channel can pick up and I get my 1,000 subscribers, so I can go start doing the live shows and start doing all that, then that's when I'll start doing the giveaways, because I will do the giveaways and your number. If you subscribe to my channel, you get a number, and your number, I'm going to be doing, like, the first 100 subscribers will be in the first contest. I'm going to pause you guys again. Sorry guys. Anyway, so all my cuttings and everything will be for giveaways, and I'm going to be doing mulberry. I have, I can even do stuff like, I haven't even mentioned, like roses and blackberries, and I have 3 different types, actually 4 different types, but one's young. I can't really get too many cuttings off it yet, but 3 different types that I can of grapes that I can get cuttings off of. I have 33 or 34 different varieties of figs that I'm going to be getting cuttings off of this year. I don't really like giving people cuttings unless they want